start recording. So today we are starting human settlement chapter number 7. All right, I hope you all have opened it in your textbooks. So let's start with the most basic question. What is a human settlement? What do we understand by that?
Teacher, human settlements mean where human settle for their agriculture, for their living, for where they can get all the basic need they required, like
Okay.
Mumbai cities. People settle over there. That is human.
Right. So settling down in basic words, settling down means going like shifting to some other place and starting our life over there, people starting their community, their livelihood, their education, everything is in that one place where they decide to live from that point on. So settlement is a place where humans settle down, as basic as that. Okay. Priyanka says, how did human settlement in a particular area? Is that a question? If that's a question, then that is what we are going to discuss today. Debbie says an area where people make their shelter, live there. Exactly. People start living in a certain place, and that whole community becomes a human settlement. So it's not just one person living in one place, but उसके आसपास और भी लोग आके रहने लगते हैं. So that becomes the settlement. Now, um, I don't know if you have done this in your earlier classes or not. You must have. So let's start discussing the types of settlements that are there. Anyone? Do you remember? Do you recall what kinds of settlements are there?
Teacher, nucleated settlement, and some people settle in the very remote areas.
Okay, thank you, Akash. Anyone else? Shubham Patil says Mohenjo-daro. So, what kind of a settlement was Mohenjo-daro? It was actually the first human civilization that we know of. So, when I ask what kind of a settlement, it means how many people, what is the magnitude of people living in a certain place, how close are they living by, in what pattern are they living. That those are the types of settlements. So, if we can quickly recall, three main settlements are there. One is nucleated, one is dispersed or scattered, and the third one is linear. Okay, now we'll look into these types of settlements. We'll discuss them again. But before that, let's go back to the question that Priyanka has put down in the chat box. She said, how did human settlement in a particular area come up? So, yeah, what are the reasons that people start living in a certain area? Why
Teacher,
does a
the
settlement form?
the climatic factor,
Okay,
and
Akash, I really love your enthusiasm that you are always ahead in answering. But for today's class, what we are going to do is I will take a name of a person, because what happens in the list of all people, there are some students who are not as open or as outspoken. So they often don't get the chance to answer. Okay, so I will be cold calling. I will take your name, and all those students need to answer. Okay, and if you want to put down your answer in the chat box, that will be also acceptable. Okay, I can see Anand has raised his hand. Anand, go on. That's okay. Anand, you still, anyways, I was going to take your name. What do you think are the reasons why humans start settling down in one place? What are the factors that those people consider? क्या सोच के एक जगह पे हम लोग सेटल करते हैं? First, Anand will reply, and after that, I will hear from Gopal. Okay. Others, you can keep writing in the chat box. All right, Anand has given his answer. He's saying for proper education for health facilities. Gopal, would love to hear from you. What are the reasons human settlements are created? Akash, what answers you were giving? You can also write the keywords in the chat box. Shubham Patil says fertile cultivable land. Lakshmi says by the facilities available in that area. Facilities like what? Sakshi also says the same. Akash is saying climatic factors. Okay. Akanksha writes need all the things which needed in that area. So all the necessary things should be there, all amenities. For occupation, thank you, Athar. Shubham Patil says for water, yes, true. Debbie says human settlements are in areas where they get fertilizer, land, river, nodal times. Okay, beautiful. I love how everyone is participating in the chat box. I would request everyone to do the same because let me just make it clear that the moment I see somebody, the students who are not participating actively, I will be cold calling their names only specifically. Okay, so make sure that you are always participating. अलग से मैं target ना करूँ. ठीक है, yes, all these things. So water, agriculture, occupation, facilities, healthcare facilities, climate, then new upcoming technology. I think all of these contribute towards the human settlement, right? So four main things we will come down to, which will be the land, the type of land, that's also important, right? The weather is important, availability of water is important, and availability of opportunities or the development in that area. So we can nail it down to these few details. Now we are going to look into what are the types of settlements which can be created because of this. Okay, so theoretically, what do we call them? We'll just quickly watch a video on that. I will share the computer sound. We'll wait for this page to load up. Feel free to take notes during this time. I think one of the reasons why understanding is so low is because you're not taking active notes during the class. Because once you start taking notes in class, later on when you read the chapter on your own, you will be able to make those connections again. You will recall it easily. It's a very short video telling us about telling us about the types of settlements. All right, I'm playing the video now.
Have you ever noticed houses along a road? They are spread along a straight line. Or in desert regions, houses are far away from each other.
Based on how the houses are distributed, there are three types of settlements: scattered, nucleated, and linear settlements.
The houses in this settlement are few and far away from each other.
So based on the positioning of houses, they're saying three types of settlements are there: nucleated, scattered, and linear. Okay, nucleated मतलब एकदम compact area में it's in one small spot और उसका around grow करता रहता है. Much like the nucleus of the cell, everything is concentrated. And the second type is scattered, which is also called dispersed. Scatter होना मतलब इधर उधर फैल जाना. Dispersed also has the same meaning. So something that is spread out a lot. It's not close by each other, but it's spread out. So scattered you can see, and then linear will be something which happens in one line. Now we'll see a demonstration for each of them. This one that they're drawing is scattered settlement.
This is a scattered settlement.
Such settlements are generally found in dense forest, grasslands, hot desert, and extensive agricultural lands.
Houses in this settlement are close together. This is a nucleated settlement.
These settlements are generally close to water sources like rivers or roads.
Houses in this settlement are along a single line. This is a linear settlement.
Linear settlements are seen along rivers, roads, railways, etc.
Go ahead and identify the type of settlement you live in.
Alright, so they have just explained the three types of settlements. I think it was pretty easy to understand. So quickly then let's recall what we just saw. I will be asking questions. First question is, what are the three types of settlements? Let's hear from, and quickly please unmute and answer. Don't need to type this one. First answer, let's hear from Nisha. Please unmute and answer. What are the three types of settlements that we just saw? Nisha, please quickly unmute and answer. Please don't type. Unmute and
Nucleated
answer.
settlement,
Nucleated settlement and
linear settlement,
one more was there.
scattered
Scattered
settlement.
settlement. Thank you so much, Nisha. Okay, next question will be next question is, what do you understand by nucleated settlement? Okay, this question will be answered by, let's hear from CM. CM, please unmute and answer quickly. What is a nucleated settlement? Quick, CM, please unmute and answer. I'm not opening the chat box, so if anyone is writing in chat box, I'm not looking at that. CM, please unmute and answer.
Richa, I think she is not near the
Not near the.
to mobile.
That's what I feel as well. CM, if you are not answering, I will have to assume that you have left us on call and then roaming around here and there. CM, your attendance will suffer. If you can hear me, please unmute and answer.
Richa, she is not there. She is chatting on WhatsApp.
With? Wonderful. All right, for today's class, if anyone can inform her, just do. I'm not marking CM present. Okay, she's absent for today's class. Let me note it down once. Yeah. All right, then let's hear from Sakshi. Sakshi, quickly unmute and answer. What is a nucleated settlement?
It's a group of houses in one area.
How are they very close? Are they away from each other?
They are close.
Very close by. So a concentrated area, a concentrated land where all the houses are very close by, that will be a nucleated settlement. Next question is, in what kind of areas do we find nucleated settlements? Okay, this will be answered by, let's hear from Harsh Gupta.
Teacher, can you repeat?
In what type of areas can we find nucleated settlements? Or why does a nucleated settlement happen in one area? What are the factors or what are the reasons over there?
They don't get facilities. That's why they settle in nuclear area.
They don't get facilities or they get facilities.
Yes, they get facilities.
What kind of facilities?
Like water, food.
Right. So in the video also we saw there was a river, there was road, maybe there is some kind of development in that area. So people will try to live in that area. और ज़्यादा लोग आएंगे कि अच्छा यहाँ पे availability है, there is availability of water, availability of resources. So we are going to live in this area, and hence all the houses are close by. It becomes a nucleated settlement. Beautiful. All right. Next question is, what is a scattered settlement and in which areas do we find the scattered settlements? Okay. Scattered or dispersed is the one and the same thing. So let's hear this one from Priyanka. Priyanka, can you unmute and answer?
Teacher, houses are means far away, like
Far
in dense
away from
forests.
each other. So it's a scattered or dispersed settlement. Good. And in what areas do we find them?
Dense forest
And
where agriculture is there.
where agriculture is there.
Deserts.
Lovely. Thank you. Yes, so dense, if there is a dense forest, then not a lot of people live there. As we already know, Amazon river basin में बहुत कम लोग रहते हैं. Then if it's a desert, then also the population is very less. So people live far away from each other. ठीक है. And if there are there's a lot of agriculture, as in there are grasslands, so big stretches of green lands, वहाँ पे भी लोग बहुत कम रहते हैं. All right, thank you so much, Priyanka. Next question and the last question is, what are linear settlements and where do we find them? Let's hear from, who hasn't answered? Amay. Amay, quickly unmute and answer. What are linear settlements?
Teacher, linear settlement means along the road, the whichever settlements are there.
So linear में word आता है line से linear. So along a line everything is settled down. ठीक है? So just like Amay mentioned, if there is a road or if there is a particular railway line that's running across or there is a river that's flowing, so along that river, along that road, we'll find the people are starting to settle down. ठीक है? So that becomes your linear settlement. Great. So those were the three types of settlements, and why do they happen in a particular area? So तीनों में हमने देखा कि there was some or the other kind of facility available, और उस facility के around people started living down. Now let's quickly look at this satellite image. I hope you can all see the screen. Yeah, this is a satellite, Google satellite image that I pulled off someplace in Rajasthan. This is right on the outskirts of Udaipur. Udaipur is a small city in Rajasthan. So this is on the outskirts. Udaipur से थोड़ा बाहर की ओर है ये area. So just by looking at this image, what kind of a settlement do you think it is? You can all let me know in the chat box quickly. I can see 25 students on this call. I need everyone to write down in the chat box what kind of a settlement do you think this is. This is some place in Rajasthan. Okay. I'll wait for 10 seconds more so that everyone can put in their answers in the chat box. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, everyone is writing scattered and it is indeed a scattered settlement or displaced क्योंकि सब फैला हुआ है. The houses are not very close to each other. यहाँ पे कुछ house है उसके side में 2-3 हैं. Then it's here, then over here, then over here. All right, so everything is quite dispersed. And in between, I can see a lot of land for agriculture, probably because they are all in small, small rectangular patches. I can see the land. So it's a scattered settlement, and we know that Rajasthan is mostly covered in deserts. So again, it confirms the fact that in desert areas, there are more and more dispersed settlements. But the same thing, I think if I zoom out a little bit, I will be able to get a glimpse of Udaipur. And Udaipur, you will see it's a complete different kind of settlement. Yeah, see, as I zoom out, this whole place is Udaipur. And this is what kind of a settlement? You can all put down in the chat box. Again, one of the reasons could be, look at this huge lake that is there in Udaipur. So normally there are not a lot of water resources in Rajasthan, but one of the biggest lakes, Lake Pichola, I think this is called. So it is there in Udaipur, and around it we can find this whole population. So as everyone is already writing in the chat box, yes, it is a nucleated settlement. Around that water body, people have started living. Now, once people start living, automatically development will be more in that area. Technology will be more. Health facilities will be more. Agriculture and other things will also be much more. So food will be easily available. So people start living there. Beautiful. And let's quickly look at what kind of a settlement we all live in. So if I pull off the Google satellite image for your area, so here on the map you can see I can see the Mint Colony station, which means this will be our school if you can follow the mouse pointer. So this is our school. Around that we can see this old ye kaun sa factory hai, naam bhul gayi main, Pilne Mills or some mills. And then this will be your BST colony opposite the road, right? So just looking at the image, what kind of a settlement do you think you all are living in?
Linear.
Okay, Akash is saying linear.
Teacher, nucleated.
Lakshmi says nucleated. Others, keep answering in the chat box or by unmuting you can answer.
Linear.
Okay, Priyanka also says linear. I'm getting a lot of linear and a very few amount of nucleated. All right, I would have to say all those who are writing linear and nucleated, you're somewhat right. All of you are somewhat right. Let's say that this whole settlement began as a linear settlement. यहाँ पे main road था, तो उसके side में हमारा school बन गया, ये mills बन गए, BST quarter बन गया, ठीक है. But after these places developed, एकदम road side पे जो है, after these places developed, eventually inner areas also started developing. So if I move up, you can see ये गांधी हॉस्पिटल वगैरह इधर से भी मेन रोड्स है, बट ये अंदर का एरिया भी तो डेवलप्ड है. All the houses are pretty close to each other and all the regions have developed. So if I keep zooming out, overall you can see, you cannot call Mumbai a linear settlement. Okay, if I keep zooming out, then you will see all of the houses, all of the areas are very close to each other. ठीक है, so Mumbai altogether becomes a nucleated settlement then. Maybe it started out as and this can happen in a lot of places along a river also. Maybe it starts out as a linear settlement, but then people start living in the inner areas also, and it slowly becomes a nucleated settlement. Okay, all right, now we are going to go back to the slide and we'll talk about the factors causing the settlements a little bit more. What Shubham writing? It was planned city, but many people came and it's now nucleated. I guess.
Teacher, it is nucleated or linear?
What is Mumbai?
Yes.
Nucleated. Alright, on the screen you can see two images. We have to compare the two. Now obviously you all are able to understand which one is which, but this time I also want you to consider the resources available. So think of the availability of water in that area. Think of the type of land. So is there a slope? Is it a flat land? Which one will be more preferable? Think of the fertility of that land, and also think of the amount of development that can be achieved there. So education, job opportunities, everything comes under development of that area. Okay, so let's hear from Archita. Archita, can you tell us which one is nucleated, which one is dispersed or linear?
The second picture is nucleated.
Tell me on the left and right karke. The left wala picture is?
Right wala picture is nucleated. And left wala picture.
This is the right wala picture. My mouse is over it. You're saying this is nucleated and this one is? Left wala picture is? Okay, I think we have lost Archita. Some issues with the connection. Let's hear from Hardik. Hardik, please unmute and answer which one is which. ये left वाला कौन सा type of settlement है, right वाला कौन सा type है?
हाँ टीचर.
हाँ, ये left वाला which one, which settlement is this?
First one is in each other nucleated.
Nucleated settlement. Thank you. And ये right side वाला?
Second one is scattered.
Scattered. Beautiful. Thank you.
Second
so much.
one is scattered.
Thank you, Hardik. Thank you. All right. Yes, this left one is nucleated, right one is scattered. Now, if I start thinking about all these four factors, let's see how much we can justify. Maybe all four things are not present in one single place, but jitna zyada number of things are available, more the people will start settling down in that area. So if I start talking about water, first of all, then clearly I can see in this picture, there's a river flowing through this area. So availability of water is there. Second, slope of land. There is no slope as far as I can see in the picture. This first one, the image on the left hand side, it is a flat land. Okay, and flat land will be more preferable for people. क्योंकि घर बनाना easy होता है, office बनाना easy होता है. So people will prefer flat areas more. Then if I talk of fertility of the land, then yeah, there are a lot of green patches and agriculture could be possible on this land. And the last one, level of development. Well, I can already see because of the river, there are a lot of people settling down. I can see a really broad road traveling through here. So I think roads provide transportation, easy transportation, and because of that also a lot of industries, a lot of residential areas can be set up. and because of that development will eventually come. Healthcare bhi aane lagega, job opportunities bhi aane lagenge, and automatically this will be a more preferable place to live in. But the same thing, if I look on the right hand side, this picture, in terms of these four things, water, I cannot see any water body in this area, but it's a mountain, so I guess nearby somewhere there will be some water source. Slope of land, yes, there is a lot of slope of land. It is not flat land, it is uneven topography. It's a small hill or a mountain kind of region. So it is more difficult to build houses in such areas because the land is not flat.
Teacher.
Yes, Athar?
Teacher, that in scattered area, there can be tourism also, na?
In scattered area?
Because
Tourism.
it is
It can be there given that there is something worthwhile looking at. अगर देखने लायक कुछ है तो हो सकता है tourism. And because of tourism also, then more and more development can come in that area.
Okay.
Then, so fertility of land is there. It's quite a green, clean land. And level of development, I'm not sure how much development you can find in this area because the houses are really scattered. There's, I guess, not a lot of development you can find in this area. It's a very small town or a very small kind of a village, probably. All right, so the same activity, the thing that we did just now, we will identify what kind of a settlement it is, and then we'll justify these four factors: the water, slope of land, fertility of land, and level of development. वहाँ पे है या नहीं, ठीक है? So we look at the next set of pictures then. All right, this is the next set of pictures. So let's first hear from Pranali. Pranali, which one do you think is nucleated, which one is scattered or linear? Pranali, please unmute and answer. Pranali, can you hear me? You need to unmute and answer which one is scattered, which one is nucleated, or which one is linear. All right, I'll ask someone else. I don't know what's going on with Pranali. Smriti, can you answer this one?
Teacher, repeat the question.
Question is, which image is nucleated or linear, or which one is scattered?
Teacher, the left one is scattered.
Okay. And this one?
I think so, linear.
Smriti says this one is linear. All right. I will have to disagree with you, Smriti. The left one you got right. This is scattered because the houses, you can see, they are really far away. But the right one, it's not linear. It's a circular manner mein ho raha hai, and the houses are quite close by. I would say it's a nucleated settlement.
Okay.
All right. Next, let's hear from Udita. Can you tell us about the availability of water in both these images? How can you justify the settlement in terms of water?
Teacher, didn't understand your question.
My question is, if I talk about the availability of water, in terms of that, how can you tell कि अच्छा यहाँ पे dispersed है इसीलिए पानी है या नहीं है इसीलिए dispersed है, and right side पे पानी है या नहीं है इसीलिए वो nucleated है? What is the reason?
Teacher, first one means there is water, and means second we can't see that water.
Okay, so shouldn't the settlement be more over here because of water?
Yes. Yes.
But then it is scattered. What's the reason?
Amazon Great Indian Festival साजरा करा 17 अक्टूबर पासून.
All right. Okay, so you can mute yourself. So easily we can see in this image कि पानी है तो ही वहाँ पे nuclear settlement हो जाएगा, not necessary. Okay, clearly in the left image we can see water, but there is a scattered settlement, and that's okay. Maybe this land is more focused on agriculture, so there are not a people living there except for the people participating in agriculture. Similarly, on the right hand side, I can't clearly see water, but this small area at the bottom, it's quite brown in color and shiny. I'm not sure if this is water or not, but it could be. Even if it is not, there are a lot of roads, there's a lot of planning in this area. So I'm guessing there is some kind of development, some kind of opportunity available, and that's why people have settled around in this manner. Second, if I talk in terms of slope of land, what can you see? How can you compare the two images? Let's hear from Debbie.
Teacher, both are same.
Both are same. So is there a slope or is it flat? Flat.
It is flat.
Okay, Debbie says both of them are flat. Is there anyone who has a different opinion?
Teacher, no. The right one is slope. Yes, teacher.
Right one is slope.
No, left one.
Left one is slope. Yes, correct. That's what. Yeah, the left one over here, I can see the left portion is quite high, and then slowly there is a slope going on. Whereas the one on the right hand side is quite flat. So that also gives us a reason why right side पे ज़्यादा population है and left पे कम है. Okay, similarly in terms of fertility of land, I think both the images are quite fertile. But left hand side पे I can definitely see more agricultural areas. So yeah, this is something which may not always lead to a lot of people living in the area. ठीक है, just because a lot of agriculture is available, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सारे लोग वहीं पे रहने लगेंगे. Then the land for agriculture will not be there anymore. So agricultural areas or grasslands we were talking about, in those areas there is a chance that number of people living will be much less. And the last one is level of development. I think we have already covered, we have already talked about this. So many people living in one area, that gives a reason why level of development will be much higher. ज़्यादा लोग रहेंगे तो automatically job opportunities will be more, healthcare facilities will come into that area. Okay, and development automatically increases. Number of shops, number of markets, that will also increase. So development will also increase. Okay, so I think you all have a fairly good idea of what are the reasons because of which a settlement happens, what are the patterns in which settlement happens. So good job everyone. And this one last thing, I will let you do this on your own. When I send the PDF, you can look at the two images and compare them. All right, so I'll be moving on. Now, the first page of this chapter, if you open up, what's the page number for that? Anyways, you will figure out. So in that page, okay, thank you, Priyanka. So in that page, you will be able to see that in India, a certain places have been named where you can find nucleated settlements, and a certain places where you can find dispersed settlements. And then the reasons will also be given accordingly. Okay? So, and even if it's not given, I think we can all find out. So first thing that I want you all to do is make this table in your notebooks. Okay, and leave like 2-3 lines for each of these boxes. Okay? So take the next 1 minute to quickly set up this table in your notebooks, everyone. It's 9:59. 10 o'clock tak, let's quickly set this up in our notebooks. Let's get back in 20 seconds. All right, getting back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Right, now look into your textbooks and you are going to fill the second column. That is the names of places in India which have nucleated settlements and the places which have dispersed settlements. Okay? Quickly, let's take 1 minute again. And in 1 minute, let's fill up these two spots. So areas of nucleated settlements में इंडिया में कौन-कौन से जगह होते हैं? And then dispersed settlements में कौन-कौन से जगह होते हैं? ठीक है? It's given in this paragraph only on the left hand side on page number 46. Okay, again 1 minute time. We'll get back at 10:03.
Dispersed settlement means?
Dispersed and scattered is the same thing.
Okay.
Sir, what we have to write the region?
You have written down the places?
Ah.
Acha. All right, it is 10:03 already. Thank you. Let's go on to the reason now. So reason mein you will write, why do you think that place has nucleated settlement? What are the reasons according to you? We have already discussed this, so I think it will be easy for you to write. And in this in the paragraph above it, जहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है geographical explanation, I can see it says in India we can see a variety of settlement patterns given the variety of climatic factors, availability of water, slope of land, and the level of development. ठीक है? So if it's a nucleated settlement in Narmada Valley, Bihar, UP, Vindhyan Plateau, or whatever, if it's a nucleated settlement, तो reason क्या है? Is water available? Is the climate favorable? Is it a flat land or a slope land? And what is the level of development? So these could be your reasons. So let's start filling in the reasons also, okay? Again, take 1 minute. So it's 10:04 right now. We'll get back at 10:05. And after that, we'll hear from a couple of students what they have written. All right, guys, it is 10:05. So everyone, let's get back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now, can anyone, this part I will let you decide, I will let you volunteer. Anyone who wants to unmute and answer, what are the areas where you can find nucleated settlements in India? Okay, I think I'll have to code for only. Fine, then who hasn't answered in today's class? Shreya, can you tell us what are the areas of nucleated settlements in India?
Hello, teacher.
Yes, Shreya.
Hello.
Yes, I can
Hello.
hear you. I can hear you, Shreya.
Hello.
Shreya, I can hear you. You can answer. Shreya, I'm waiting for you to answer quickly.
Teacher, UP and Bihar. Hello.
Yes.
UP and Bihar.
UP and Bihar. There are other places also given in the textbook. Who can give me a full answer? Siddesh, can I hear from you? You haven't spoken in today's class.
Teacher, can I answer?
Okay, Akash, go on.
Nucleated settlements are found throughout the plateau region of Narmada Valley, paddy land in Bihar, UP, with Vindhyan
Plateau.
and several other cultivated parts of India.
Lovely. And what are the reasons why in these places nucleated settlements are found?
Because the lands are fertile and water availability.
Okay.
And little bit of occupation, employment opportunities.
Employment opportunities are there. You can also mention climatic factors. So these regions are favorable for agriculture. Hence, there are nucleated settlements. These regions are mostly flat lands. So, Vindhyan plateaus ke alawa, the rest of the regions are flat lands. And when the land is flat, it is easier for us to do agriculture in those lands. It is easier for us to build our houses in those lands. And
But
that is why
when lands are in the slope, then also it is easy to do agriculture, because when it rains, the water will not get collected in one place. It will go properly by the hole. So there is also, it is more drainageable for the plant also, and we don't need to do more hard work if it is not flat to make it flat and do. Then also it is good.
No, but if it's a slope land, then you will have to see if it's a mountain or some area, then you have to do that step cultivation thing. You need a flat land for cultivation. Okay? So if the land has a lot of slope, तो उसको काट के हमें ऐसे steps बनाने पड़ते हैं. And if it's a already flat land, then it's easier for cultivation. I think that answers Sakshi's question. She asked in the chat box, why is the slope responsible for settlements? So I think the slope of an area decides that a lot. Flat land हमेशा ज़्यादा preferable होता है slope से. And I think if it's a flat land, water is not going to accumulate in that place. Okay, so these will be your reasons. Sorry. You can see the places are exactly the same that Akash just answered. And your reasons can be good climate, availability of water, flat lands, and the level of development in that area. Good job, Akash. You gave the correct answer. Similarly, for areas of dispersed settlements, who wants to answer?
Teacher, I.
Go on, Nikita.
Yes. Places, on the other hand, dispersed settlements are found in tribal parts covering central part of India, eastern and southern Rajasthan, Himalayan slopes. That too much only.
All right.
Himalayan slopes and land with dissected and uneven topography.
Dissected uneven topography मतलब ऊपर नीचे उबड़ खाबड़ एरिया है, ठीक है?
Topograph means
टोपोग्राफी और भूमिका पूरा बुक खत्म होने को है, अभी पूछ रही है टोपोग्राफी मींस द लैंड फीचर्स ऑफ एन एरिया. माउंटेन है, लैंड है, फ्लैट है, वैली है, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. सो फिजिकल फीचर्स ऑफ द एरिया इज द टोपोग्राफी. एंड निकिता, कैन यू आल्सो गिव मी द रीजंस कि इन एरियाज में डिस्पर्स सेटलमेंट क्यों है?
Teacher, I tell.
Wait, let Nikita answer.
Availability of water.
Is it more or less?
Less, because.
Yeah, so one of the places you read was
less.
Parts of
because
Rajasthan, वहाँ पे availability is less.
Is less.
Then what is
flat lands?
Are those lands flat?
What?
The places that you just mentioned, are those flat lands or are they not flat lands?
Not flat lands.
Not flat, because you also read the lower
Topography
areas of Himalaya, right? So उन सब
Yes.
areas में land will not be flat. There is a lot of slope. So topography is bad. It is uneven topography. And what else? Any other reason?
climatic factor.
Beautiful. Yes, climatic factors. In regions of Himalayas or in Rajasthan, it will either be too cold or it will be too hot. Okay, so those are all reasons why the settlements are quite
teacher, the climates are not suitable.
And teacher, low vegetation.
Low vegetation. Yes, that is also a reason. So the climate and water automatically lead to low vegetation because it's bad climate, bad availability, low availability of water. Land is not suitable for farming, so low vegetation. Beautiful. Yes, good job, guys. You all are able to understand what we are doing and what is the whole thing. So yeah, it can be put down in these words: tough climate, scarcity of water, harsh topography, and infertile lands. So exactly all the points that you guys just mentioned. So good job. Give yourself a pat on your back. Now let's. It's 10:13, so I'm going to wrap up the class. I'll just tell you what your homework is. Whosoever is responsible for taking the screenshot of attendance, please do it now. Your homework will be read the next page about Brazil. And you will have to complete this table in a similar manner. Okay. In Brazil, what are the places which have nucleated settlement? Which are the places which have dispersed? And what are the reasons for that? So you will read the whole next page and understand in your own words. You will fill up this table. Okay. This is one homework. And the other homework is you will answer these 3 questions. These are questions which we have done in today's class. So I will be forwarding the whole homework to you in a few minutes. Yeah, that's all for today's class. Thank you, everyone. You can all start dropping off. Bye bye.
The submission time.
I will write on the group submission time.
Bye, teacher.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
teacher. Take care.
Bye,
Thank
teacher.
you.
Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye.